Well, hello there. For the last 5 or 6 years, I've been teetering into the wild expanses of space, far, far away from YouTube vinyl community, following other pursuits and getting involved in family affairs, etc., 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 yada, yada, yada. But in the past week or so, I saw a video by an old friend of mine, Alan Ward, out of Norwich. I think he now lives up north in the UK. And Alan has pulled me back into the orbit of the VC temporarily to do a video for him. And Alan basically wants us to show records that we think that have not been shown in the vinyl community heretofore. Now, obviously, there's no way of me knowing because I don't really watch videos much anymore. And no one can possibly see everyone's video. But here, I'll do my best. I'm going to pick 5 Irish records. I'm pretty sure that no one has shown them before. And I'll show 5 what I perceive to be very rare records based on their price. First off, I'd like to show this one, even though I'm not including this, because very clearly it was shown by Alan many, many years ago. In fact, it was him that introduced me to Mark Brierley. This is his debut, so cheers for that. Thanks, Alan. Right, so the first one I'd like to introduce is a jazzy folk album by an artist, a solo artist from, I think he's from Derry, called Eamon Friel. It's a nice little folk album. I think there's only 5 copies up on Discogs as being registered as owned by people. So I'm quite sure that, and I actually know one of the 5 people that have it other than myself. I'm quite sure that for that reason, this one hasn't been shown before. But some lovely tracks in this. It's very cheap.
First we missed Santana, cause he'd come on early on. We'd been held up at the border. When we got there he was gone. A castle by a river, lots of people in the lawn. Come down and see young Bobby in Slain. Someone shouted, "You be 40." I said, "I'm only 33. You'll be 40 when they're finished," said Ed Henry next to me. They played reggae for 2 hours. I lay up against the tree and listened to that bass burn in my brain. Well, we dug out the ham sandwiches and we broached the box of wine. And after a few liters, we were feeling pretty fine. And when old Bobby came on, I sang every single line. Curses, verses, chorus, and refrain. He'd been camping up on Maggie's farm. He was tangled up in blue. He tried to shelter from the storm in a place Ramona knew. But out on Highway 61, that joker man came through and drove him out into the hard, hard rain.
Okay, next up is a comp by the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. It's a bizarre record. There's no bands or groups. It's just a collection of tracks known and identified by their titles. Kind of a motley crew of individuals involved. Look at these dudes. Yowie. There's some hard nuts here. I mean, would you like him to be your surgeon? Or this bloke? They're well hard, they are. But of main interest to me is this particular track, Trouble With You, which is a lovely little sedate groove number, kind of like what Curiosity and the Cat, or Curiosity with the Cat, or whatever that band were called back in the 1980s. But nice, beautiful track actually, and this is quite easy to find as well, even though there, again, I think there's only 3 or 4 copies registered as being owned online. this one is well known, although I'm not sure if it has been shown before. Of all the ones that I've shown, it's the one that's probably the most likely to be shown, but I don't know if it has or hasn't been. Check out that cover. So it's an Irish prog rock band called Peggy's Leg. This was released on the Bunch record label. Isn't that incredible artwork? This copy is well annotated with greetings for the songs and some marginalia that says, "The leg is dead, long live the toes." Yeah, top-notch stuff. But again, as I said, this one probably has been shown by someone, although I don't recall it. Okay, so 22 folk allegedly own this on Discogs, and that includes me, so 21 others. This has never been reissued on vinyl. It came out in 1977, when I would imagine that on release folks would have thought that it sounded just like it came from the Laurel Canyon area of California. It's in fact the Irish Laurel Canyon, which is Rathfarnham in Dublin. This is Rosemary Taylor's album called Tailor Made. It's a really well produced and well performed folky singer-songwriter affair, played with crack musicians, like really top-notch musicians, Greg Boland and Jolien Jackson, etc., out of Supply, Demand and Curve. This is on the ID label. There was 2 singles released from this album. I have one, but to date the other one is proving to be very elusive. It came with a printed inner sleeve with lyrics. Okay, next up is Ozone, which is a really rare Irish jazz album by Noel Keelan's quintet. This one has really become very collectible. I think the reason for it is there was a bidding war a number of years ago between the son of one of the performers and a Japanese collector that started a frenzy, and this record just shot up in price. I do know that some members of the VCR are aware of it. Chris Cole was certainly aware of this record. This one originally came, now I didn't buy it there, in Star Discs in Limerick, which is a local shop, well, formerly a local shop near me. I actually used to work in that shop in the late 1980s, but someone paid a princely price of €3.99. It's now worth 10 times that. It's recently been reissued. So Noel Keelan's quintet, there's some beautiful tracks on it, and it's on blue vinyl. Blue. darker realms. Mandy Morton and Spriggans, they released a number of records in the 1970s, one of which is Magic Lady. There are two versions, I think, of this that came out on Banshees. I think the variance is in colour. The particular one that I have has this pentagram or whatever it's called lyric sheet. It's really cool. Yeah, check that baby. Staying in the freaky vein, I remember seeing this cover. It's not just a fucking fantastic cover. I remember seeing this many years ago in one of the blogs, music blogs that I was reading at the time, and I just thought, like, what a cover. I have to track this one down. And about 5 years ago I won this in an auction. It's Gwydion. He is an American of dubious Welsh ancestry, and this is like pagan occult folk. He's a really crazy fucker, this guy. He visited Hill of Tara in Ireland and evoked demons, and apparently ran out of the country the next day. So it wasn't the weather that got rid of him, I promise. Caesar! Caesar! Come here. Let's have a look at you. Look at that tail.
Say good to my feeling. You played the dance in my blood, and my fresh maidenhood started reading. Sweetly it drew me, the sound that went through me, as if sure it knew me. A maiden song, laughing long, I'm sure that I hear it. Oh, let me draw near it.
And moving to France, this is another acid folk masterpiece. Emily, a precocious teenager. I think she was from either America or possibly Canada. She moved to France, possibly while as a student. And there she is with a penny farthing. Fantastic album altogether. Precocious singer, backed by a band. I think they were called Dynasty Crisis, or I can't pronounce French, but really nice. Very rare. Like, it took me ages to track this one down. I eventually found it while on family holiday in La Rochelle, of all places. Check out this track. Again, this may have been shown. It's an acid folk, absolutely top-notch acid folk album, a one-and-done effort by Synesthesia. This may have been shown, but in fact, I think it may have been by someone. But I think the version that was shown was a reissue. This was recently reissued in the last 2 years. Just a superb jazzy acid folk album on RCA.
How can I be sure? A fly said cautiously, you're a cannibal and surely will eat me. Trapped in.
And finally, one of the pinnacles of my acid folk collection is I'm lucky to have original copies of both Heroin albums that came out on Dawn Records. This one, the cover of that features in one of those books. It's not Season Day Change, but it's the other one on psychedelic folk in the UK. I can't remember the name right now, but an absolutely tremendous album. It's really strange the way all of these rare records, they've all got inserts. This one came with a postcard, and other people have got copies of them without the postcard and with this kind of credit sheet. This one's a photocopy that I have, but I have an original of the postcard. These were recorded live in a meadow, and that's my lot. So that's for you, Alan, and I hope you enjoyed, mate. Take care, bud.
But no bird can sing the song seals to you. And somebody wants you. You have to stay. You have to hold him. That's the only way. It's the only way. And who knows where he hides? Only somewhere inside him. It's the only place he's found where no fences